What's up?
Happy,
Hey,
man.
thank you for having me. I want to show you. This is one of my earliest headshots. Look at this. There's a little light. This is my earliest headshot. This is right after high school. I knew I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, and this is the picture. Check it out. Look at that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Wait,
Dude,
let me get a full screen of that.
okay, cool. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
I'll show you
That's
one more. There's
that's the
that
guy.
one, and then
You
there's
got
this
another
one. This was about 15 years ago. Look at this one. I feel like if some ladies are out sunbathing, this guy pops up. Hello, I've got lotion. Oh man, hey, I never knew you were a child actor. That's pretty awesome to you know what I mean. This format because I never would have known that unless we're hanging out in between sets or something. When does that come up though? It's like
Yeah, well, I saw you on an audition one time. It wasn't that long ago. It was pretty short before I quit, and you're probably much better at it than I. You like auditioning and doing all that?
uh, it's a two-edged sword because there's part of you that's like this could be an opportunity. This might be the big break that will help me. But then there's the other side that's like, yeah, 4 o'clock tomorrow, you have to be stuck in traffic and you probably won't get it. So it's like, you know,
Yeah.
it's not as being a comedian. We're in control. We write, we perform. It's so to give that up just to it's very tough being an actor. And I'm not even like I'm a huge fan of like people that are like they love movies or they can name every actor, every director, I'm not. I mostly would do acting to boost my stand-up, and
Yeah.
since we have things like podcasting and YouTube and Instagram, I mean, this is kind of boosting our awareness anyhow and our creativity.
Yeah, Daryl said red hair. Yeah, he's the original ginger.
Yeah. In fact,
That's
oh,
Go ahead, man.
I say a lot of my earlier jokes were about having red hair because I could still have it if I grew it out, but I shaved it, So you're already a good-looking guy. Me, I actually got better looking when I shaved the head. People think I look like Vin Diesel or
Yeah.
Bruce Willis or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy you're looking at now. I've been married for 22 years, but I do a lot. I would do a lot better with the ladies than this guy.
But I don't know, man. That's the dude that was on the Tonight Show. You were on there
Yeah.
really young, weren't you?
I think this is probably closer to that era.
Okay.
Yeah. Jay Leno was great, by the way. And at that time, I lived in a studio apartment with my wife in Burbank, and I remember they said, "Would you like, you get a car service?" And we lived literally about a mile from NBC, and they were like, "Did you want a car service?" And I said no because I didn't want to have that Cinderella moment of like, "You've done the Tonight Show, you're on NBC," and then here's your limo back to your studio apartment. So that would have been like when you get the bends, when you come up too fast, and then you gotta. So just slowly, I said, "No, we'll drive ourselves. Thank you."
Or me, man. I'm like the guy who slept in his car. I'm like, this car's nice. Can I sleep in it?
Yeah. Do you need a dressing room? You're like, no. I got a car out in the parking lot here.
Yeah.
Jay. I'm good. Yeah, come on,
Fancy.
room. Come on in. You're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. So Randy's heard your sound effects. And are you doing these Zoom shows? Do they come across when you do like your motorcycle and everything?
Yeah, I haven't done a stand-up on Zoom. I've done if I go to my YouTube channel, I have them on I do a visual podcast now. The audio version is I've done 107 episodes. Yeah. Visually, I've been putting them on YouTube, which is pretty cool. Like this green screen behind me. When I do my podcast, what I'll do is I'll plug in like a different backdrop and have my logo, which right now it's just this. It's my son. My son made this. I don't know if the words are backwards or what, but that's it right there. The Pocket Party Podcast.
Yeah.
If you can see that. That's I said let's do a little something. But yeah, I haven't done a live Zoom show with sound effects, so I don't know how that would work. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not the same, man. Like I was saying at the top of the show, it's you can see people laughing, but you can't hear it. And even when I heard you laugh during my little monologue, that was enough to keep me going. That's like I needed that so much.
Yeah, it's a rhythm with comedy. You need that rhythm of you know, you need like the back and forth. It's just to be into an empty room. It's weird.
Yeah.
I will say this. You know, they've done experiments where people will. There was a blind study years ago, and I want to look this up because I really want to cite the source. But I remember reading this. This is back in like 20 years ago. I read this. Somebody would do free throws. Another person, they had them imagine doing free throws, and then
I know that study.
Yeah, and the third person didn't even think about it, and they said that the person who did the free throws and the person who visualized the free throws did really well, you know, compared to the one that didn't even practice over the 2-week period or whatever. So,
and then the one who did both was the best.
Yes, so that's why it's like, even though we're not on stage, it's good to continue to do stuff like this to kind of keep the muscles going. So if someone says something like, you know, hey, Jason, do you ever listen to podcasts? Boom, you got a joke. You're like, yeah, I listened to Sam Elliott. Then I spread it up. It was California. Then I spread it up more. It was like New York. You know?
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's the first time I did that joke, and I still don't know whether it works.
Yeah, I think it works. I think it works. I would
yeah?
that it works. It was funny. You know, all the structure was there. It was funny. Yeah, okay. I mean, you might have a few people that are, you know, what's a podcast or who's Sam Elliott or I don't, you know, but overall, it's good.
Yeah, can't worry about those people, huh? This is my sister-in-law, Susie. She has to go to a hospital every day, Darren. Oh,
wow.
You have kids, right? You have two.
A little boy. I have one son. He's 12 years old, and he, so I can't even imagine if my job was to be a doctor or a nurse. So I really, my hat goes off to all the people keeping the country alive: the truck drivers, the farmers, the doctors, the nurses, the comedians, the podcasters.
Yeah, I don't think we're considered essential, Darren.
The child actors, the bald redheads, you know, us, the people that are nearsighted.
Yeah.
Why is it when you're nearsighted you can't see far? When you're farsighted you can't see near? I don't know.
Why do they drive on parkways and park on driveways?
Exactly. Hey, by the way, I've been reading about the history of comedy, and maybe this will be some hopeful news for some people. After the Depression and after World War II, there was a comedy boom in the 40s. Like, there was just an economy boom. Like, they had so much money. Like, Miami was like Las Vegas. I mean, Miami at that time, in 1 year, I read that they built 200 hotels, and they needed entertainers to be in there, you know. So
in Vegas.
Yeah, and no, that was in Miami Beach. Yeah, and so I mean, there's with the yin and the yang, you know, there's the thing is slowing down now, but when people are ready to go out, they're going to be like, I missed going to Vegas, or I miss seeing live entertainment. I mean, especially laughter. It's like, it's the best. You know, I feel like stand-up comedy is like music. We just don't have we don't have to carry around the instruments, because you hear a good joke, it hits you, just like, you know, park in the driveway, drive in the parkway, you know, like that's something that you think, I never thought of it like that. And then you think about it, and it's, you know. So
this is the part where I embarrass you, Darren. I think what makes everybody love you so much and always ask about where's that guy with the flashlight? For the rest of you, Darren's so funny. He does this kind of like nightclub, and he's got a flashlight going douche, 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 and he's creating a strobe effect, and you're just all of a sudden in this other world. But what people love about you is that you're not only have smart jokes and they're funny jokes, but there's this real goofy personality that goes with it. Yeah. And it's like irreplaceable. Like, you get addicted to the party starter.
Can I grab my flashlight? I have to grab it.
Yeah, you got to do the flashlight.
All right, here we go. Look at this. I'm telling you, this is the flashlight. This is a Streamlight ProTech TL right there.
In case you want to be.
I love it. Here we go. Ready? Are you guys ready to start this party?
Well, that's great, man. I see that you still have you've still got the biceps. You got a home workout gym?
I got the, you know what? Let's see. Can you even see that?
Yeah, let's move it out here.
Pretty pale, you could tell, but like, yeah, I'm like, I'll show you something.
Those guns need widescreen.
Oh yeah, I got to watch the eating part is the part that I mean, I love to eat just like we all do, but I'm going to show you something. I'm going to put my phone right up there. This is what I love to do. I love to do stuff like this. Like I have to. If you can't have a gym, make your own. Look at that right there.
Oh, no kidding. Is that you?
Yeah.
So where do you live? You live in like Montana?
That's north of Bakersfield.
Fresno.
Yep. Up near Fresno.
Wow.
There's that. I took a tire and I took a rope and I did that. And then and I'll show you just one more that I just did. Here, look at this one. What you do is you just take a tire and you throw it and then you chase it down.
Wow.
You take a tire, you throw it, chase it down, and you'll get winded. You'll get your exercise in. You don't need a gym. I do all that.
Now in quarantine, is your wife upset that you're destroying all the lamps and the furniture? And
I know that's another thing. You have to give each other space. It's like, even if you live in a little tiny place, you find a corner, they find a corner, do something. Thank God, I'm able to go up and, get out of LA and I grew up near Fresno. My wife grew up near Fresno. So I'm able to get out on the farm and just get away and keep my distance and I don't even really go into town or anything, a little bit like in LA, like they would, when they shut the trails down, it got real tough for people. They shut the trails down, they shut everything down where you just want to exercise. And then now you're exercising on the sidewalks and you're passing people at a closer distance than you were at the, in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah. Here's James saying, how do you deal with someone you've upset? I think like you were talking about, even inside the house, we should keep the 6 feet at this point because we're all just on top of each other.
Yeah.
So you share my love of cartoons. We've connected about that a couple of times. I like that about you, Darren. You're a great stand-up and well loved, but you also are creative as an actor and just in general. So have you started a cartoon? You were thinking about it.
You know what? My cousin. I got really fortunate that my cousin. He's an artist, and he works for South Park. He right out of Cal Arts and straight to South Park, and he designed a couple of my comedy albums, and we did a cartoon together. But I would like to do, he's got a full-time family and stuff, and I don't want to just keep leeching off his artistic ability. But I would like to one day collaborate with somebody and do, turn my jokes into to cartoons. I think it's really one way. It's another way that your comedy can live on and live in a different space other than live stand-up.
Yeah, when I started out, Darren, actually, that's how I got started because I was syndicating that cartoon and I sent them to Craig Shoemaker and he called me because he liked them and I went on the road with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Now do you still doodle and make cartoons at all or is it a part of your past or?
I still actually make money from them from time to time. And so what I ended up doing is it always becomes work, Yeah. So Macmillan would hire me to write.
Don Macmillan?
Yeah. No, not Don Macmillan, the publisher. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I corrected myself. I'm just like, Don Macmillan? Yeah.
He was just on this like two days ago.
Yeah. You're like, a comedian. Yeah, he gave me a couple of drink tickets and said, create this novel, Thick as War and Peace. No, but yeah.
Yeah, so they'd hired me to write 100 cartoons about algebra, and then they'd pick 10, and then we'd produce them. And
wow,
it took something that was really fun into something that wasn't as.
That doesn't sound like fun. That sounds like work. That sounds like a tedious thing that's not as fun as.
Yeah.
Like what I'm saying is this, my own jokes, like for example, when here's an idea that I thought of, and I thought this would be a good cartoon. So I'm going to start making mental notes of things that I think could be a good cartoon. And here's one. I thought about this when I was in Nevada, and I went to the local coffee shop. It wasn't a Starbucks, it was something else, and they actually had real straws. And I'm like, oh, I miss these plastic straws. And the joke I thought of was I said, if they outlaw straws, only outlaws will have straws. That would be great, right? Like show some guy like I'm wild, you know what I mean? Some cowboy and in his salute, like he's got the holsters and the guns but it's full of straws. Only outlaws will have straws. Something like that. I don't know. You know what I mean? Little ideas like that.
Yeah, that's so much fun, man. I really do enjoy doing that. I ended up with a stack of probably 2,500 ideas that we never got to. And I thought I'd be able to just use them all as punchlines, but it's a little more complicated than
Yeah,
that.
probably some don't translate as well as the other ones, right? Like,
Yeah. But
yeah,
so for something like that, what's going to
yeah.
happen is they'll pass the law, and then your cartoon becomes obsolete.
Oh,
Like I was writing
yeah.
cartoons like where I had a guy who was suing McDonald's because he was obese, and then it happened, and I'm like, oh, are you kidding me, man?
They're like, this guy's breaking news. You're like, yeah, I thought it was a wild, dumb idea that no one would ever do. And then, yeah, yeah.
You can't make it up. So you've been on the Tonight Show. How nervous do you get going on to the Tonight Show, man? Are you just
You know what? It's funny. People ask me that a lot, and I got to be honest. That I was not nervous at all. And why? I'll tell you a couple of reasons. Number one, they make you do your set again and again and again and again, and they watch it over like a year. And to the point, Jason, you're going to be like, you're like, am I even right for this show? Like, why do you guys keep critiquing me? It's like, this is, I mean, it's, you know, that's what it was like. It was like, so by the time you do it, you're just like ready to do it. And also I got really lucky in the fact that on that particular stage, they used to film another show called Friday Night Videos. And so I'd already been on that stage doing Friday Night Videos, and there was like 1/3 of the audience, but I was familiar. It'd be like if they taped the Tonight Show at, you know, the Ice House Comedy Club or one of these stages that you've been to a lot. So it's not like if it was you know, a TV studio that I'd never been to, and it was you know, I could see why I would be nervous. But I'm telling you, you do your material over and over and over, and I was already on that stage, so I wasn't.
and they have you submit your jokes in writing as well, so it can be approved and all of that.
For that one, they didn't. They watched me, and then they would transcribe it, and so they'd call you the next day and be like, "All right, so yeah." And like I said, back to the redhead jokes, I had more redhead material, so I used to do this joke. There was an expression. It was "boy, slap you like a redheaded stepchild." I don't know if you ever heard that, but or I'm gonna beat, you know, getting beat like a redheaded stepchild. And so the joke is, I'd act like I was all happy, and I go, "Hey, have you guys ever heard the expression slap you like a redheaded stepchild?" And then I'd go, "I have," you know, whatever, basically. But then they never heard that expression, so they were like, "Why would you say getting slapped like a?" They said wet head, like I had a wet hair.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff like that where you're like, "No, it's not what I said," you know, like.
Yeah.
You know.
I like how you have to evolve because, you know, when you were the party starter originally, then you have a family, and now and I heard you go up one night and go, "It used to be the party starter, now it's like wedding planner."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Darren. I say. Luckily, I go. My name is Darren Carter, party starter. I go. I was almost adopted. I am adopted, but luckily the name Carter rhymes with party starter. But I said, imagine if my name was Darren Tanner, the event planner. Yeah, actually, you're right. It's funny you said that real quick though about the. I was going through my notes the other day. I think they're right here, and I thought that let me try those jokes about that. If I think they're on here. They're somewhere. If I don't find it, I'll just move on. But oh yeah, Darren Carter. Oh, yeah, I go now that I'm a dad. My son's going to enter his teenage years. It's going to be more like Darren Carter, the party watcher. Darren Carter, the party supervisor. Darren Carter, the annoying noise complainer. I don't know, I'll figure out which one of those works, but yeah.
Darren Carter with a jolly jumper.
Everybody. Yeah. Darren Carter with the juice boxes. No.
So here's a question, Darren. How the hell did you get on BET? You're the whitest guy I know, man. You're whiter than I am.
I'll tell people I was drafted. No. They're like, get over here. No. I was like, I was looking for CMT. No, you know what? I did a show, and this comedian, his name, I think his name is Mark Howard, and he goes, "Man, they would love you on BET. You should submit. You should give them a tape, give them something." And I did, and it went really well. And they let me be on the show, and it was great. And there was a handful of, like, you know, white people or Puerto Ricans, you know, people that were non-African American over the seasons. But I got really lucky to do that show. I did several times over the years, and it was great, man. A great experience. And the best thing is you're getting major exposure, and there's something special about being, like you said, being a white guy and then performing in front of an audience that people don't expect you. They'll stop and watch, because I had so many people over the years be like, they'd be flicking the channel and they'd be like, "Whoa!" And then like they see that you're funny, and it's like, I can remember this guy. And I've so many friends and connections because of that, you know?
Yeah, the reputation, just from me listening into African-American comics, is that you get about 2 minutes to win them over, and then you're dead. And I did one where
sometimes Trump's is literally like 2 seconds. Literally, as you're walking to the stage, you ain't funny, next, next, you know, all that stuff.
So I've run into that room a few times, but then I did one that I think it was Carnival, and I think it was like 70% African American, and it went really well. And when I got off, this one guy goes, "All right, now, all right," and I had so much validation in that moment.
Yeah,
I wanted to quit.
I always said, you know what? When you hear when a comic is on stage and they hear a black woman go, you know, you stupid. That to us is like winning an Oscar. Yes, I won an Oscar. I got a you stupid. You stupid. Now you stupid. Oh, you stupid. You know, that's a good thing.
So here's Luis, a friend of mine. He says, do you still do the bit about Darren instead of Darren?
Oh yeah, I'm Darren. They call me Darren. Darren, love me like a leprechaun. Darren. Yeah, I like that. Hey, by the way, I like this StreamYard. I've been using Zoom, but people they type in the questions, and then.
Well, I'm throwing them up there on the screen.
Yeah, but I see the questions like, so can I pre-screen those questions? Like, because what if you just had a bunch of idiots that are just like, oh,
I'm choosing the ones that go up on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No offense to the people if you're not getting chosen, by the way.
Yeah, well, it like streams by the side, and I just kind of pick one.
Oh, so. Okay. Yeah. Because.
Well, man, do you have any words of wisdom for our peeps before we cut out here?
Yes, this too shall pass. You know, so just remember, like, whatever is happening now, take advantage of this time because it's going to end before you know it. And you're going to be like, damn it, I thought I had more time to read that book, to organize those emails, to organize my photo gallery. I thought I had more time to clean out my backpack. I thought I had more time to play those games with my son, to, you know, all that stuff that you think you have time to do it now because, you know, like like right now, Jason, he said, how can I, you know, what can I do that's different? And he's been putting out these StreamYard shows, and he's you know, building up his channels, and you know, he's doing good things. He's always been like, and I didn't know he was a child actor, so I thought that was really cool, man. I thought that was really cool that you know, that you revealed something about yourself and kind of get it out there more. And
thanks, man. Well, take it from Vin Diesel.
All right, believe in yourself.
Yeah. So go outside, throw your tire around, stay 6 feet from your spouse.
Yeah. Somebody, when I was doing that thing with the tire and you swing it, somebody goes, "Gosh, is that what they mean when they say they rotate your tires at the?" By the way, you guys, I'll plug myself. My podcast is called Pocket Party. It's called the Pocket Party Podcast. Right there. Can you see that? Pocket Party Podcast. Go to my YouTube channel. I have over 200 videos on YouTube between stand-up and podcasts and interviews. And hey, man, if you want to hit that Venmo, I'm on Venmo. Darren Carter Comic.
If you want to randomly send Darren money, don't hesitate.
Please do. Oh, I'm on Cameo too. Have you done Cameo? You got to do it someday.
Cameo?
Oh, Mark.
No, I don't.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks, Darren. We really appreciate you joining us. You're always so much fun, man. Stay safe. And we'll see you all soon.
Will do, Jason. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, man.
Bye.
We're done with this interview.
Well, look at you watching the video all the way through. I want to thank you guys for checking out the Pocket Party Podcast, putting these on so I can see a little bit better. And, man, what else can I say? It's great watching the YouTube channel build, growing. People are subscribing. They're leaving comments. They're sharing it. And it's been a real treat to be a part of your life. And I really appreciate you guys checking out the videos. What else can I tell you? I think that's about it. Do me a favor and click one of these videos and keep on watching. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks again. Darren Carter, Party Starter.